Hey there, my friends. Welcome into a new video from By the Shore Stamping. I was going to say Teach Me Tuesday, but it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. I'm in a bad pattern the last couple of weeks for some reason, and the videos haven't been getting done on Tuesday. But I still wanted to upload this for you. I actually didn't do it yesterday because I needed to get my photos all sorted out. And I didn't have time to do that yesterday. So today I thought I'm going to share with you something a little bit different. So I'm actually planning, I'm almost done with my first Nate and Jen photo album, or scrapbook album, I should say. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about that album, and then also show you how I do some page planning. So when I went through everything, I realized that I only have like 4 pages that I need left to do. So because Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry scrapbook albums anymore, I bought an album from Creative Memories. I used to sell Creative Memories a really, really long time ago. It was how I was first introduced to scrapbooking. So I do really like their albums, but I will say I've been using D-ring albums for the last few years just because I like that I can move pages around, because I don't always scrap in I never actually scrap in chronological order. I like to scrap based on what I feel like scrapbooking. So that was why I had kind of gotten away from these albums, but I do really like the look of these. I like the different covers you get. I like the post-bound. I just feel like they kind of don't sag as much with the D-ring. Not to say that I might not go back to D-rings. We'll see how this goes. But I wanted to kind of show you this. The thing I really hesitated with these albums is that you actually have to tape the page down into the book. So you really kind of have to have your plan. So I have already done a bunch of the pages from our family vacation last year, and I used the well-suited paper. So that's another reason why I was doing this now, is because I needed to know whether or not I needed to order more paper. However, after I started doing this, I realized the paper is now sold out, so I can't order anymore. So hopefully I have enough on hand to be able to finish this album, which I think I should. Like I said, I only need 4 more pages, so I should be able to make it work. But I have our mini golf day. I have our Laconia day when we went to Anthony's and hung out there. I have part 1 of our Saturday Falls Day. The second part is the engagement. I have kind of the ending page here. This is kind of just a overview of some of the stuff we did. I have our exploring day. Nate and I went exploring in like some places that were no longer habitated, so we were kind of playing around there. And then we have the Vermont day, which is actually the first day, or the first couple days of the trip. We actually camped out in Nate's brother's front yard. So we were there, and we went to the river and did some swimming and whatnot, and then we went to New Hampshire for the remainder of the trip. So what I did is I went ahead and wrote down the days of the trip, so I could have them in order, so that I knew how to put them into the book so I don't mess anything up. However, having said that, I'm not actually going to put them down yet, but I am going to put them in order. So this one already has kind of a cover page here that you could just write, you know, family vacation August 2020. But I may also do a cover page instead, but we'll see. So that means this double page spread would go here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here, and that's going to go there. Next up on my page is actually the Lower Falls trip, which we'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to need a double page spread for this, because, and this is one of the reasons why I'm planning this out now, is because the Saturday Falls spread is 2. The engagement will probably be 2, so I'm going to need this one to be 2 as well. So this one, so that will be the Lower Falls, and I'm going to show you that one in a second because that one's not done yet. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep those pages so that when I am ready to scrapbook, I'll have everything I need. So this page then is going to be Saturday Falls part 1, which I have. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that and stick it right into the album. So that's going to go like this here. And so that will get taped down and I'll be ready to go. So I can put that, I still have to do some journaling on those. Next up is the engagement, and I don't have that one done yet, so we'll prep page for that. So this will be a double page as well. And then the next page is actually Lower Falls Play Day. So, oh, actually, wait, do I have the other Lower Falls done? No, I didn't do either of the Lower Falls. So this one will be the play day. So we went back to the Lower Falls on a second day of our trip, and we actually, you know, had bathing suits and spent the day doing swimming and picnic and all that kind of stuff. So that will go here. And then we had our trip to Laconia, and we did some day drinking and hanging out there. So that goes here. So that we'll put in there. And then the next day was mini golf. So mini golf is only a single page spread. So that will go here. And now I can decide whether I want to do, I have one other single page spread, so I could put this one here, but I didn't design them to go together. So I'm probably going to leave this as an end page because that's what I kind of designed it for. So that means I'm going to need another singles page spread here. And I actually don't know that I have one, but we'll make it work. So I'm going to do that. So there's going to be a page hole there. And this is why I'm not taping anything down, because I can change this around if I need to. All right, so then we're going to do the exploring day. So Nate and I went and explored, so that will go there. Okay. And then there is a the end day where we went to the country store and the farm stand, and then also did I have a couple of photos of the kids and in the car. So that will go in here. And then I think the last page would be here. So that means I've actually got some extra pages in here, so I could take these out. And this would be my the family album trip. So I just have to fill in those holes that were missing. So I'm going to leave those in there, and I'm going to transfer to the planning thing. So I also bought these from Creative Memories. These are Power Project folders. So they have some labels. It's 4 in a pack, so it's going to work out perfectly, I think, for what I have left. But what it is basically it has space for your 12 by 12 paper. It has, and these are designed for Creative Memories product, which I don't really use, but I'm totally going to be able to use these for organizing all my stuff too. Like I can put memorabilia and any sort of flyers that we have, which I think I do have some, but I don't know if I have any for this particular trip. And then it also has spots here that I could put some embellishments or some gems or whatever else I wanted to put. And there's also some longer pockets back here if I had some borders or things, strips of cardstock that I wanted to include. So let's go ahead and do, let's see, what do I have? So this one is the engagement day. So I may end up being able to get 2 out of that. This is the Lower Falls Day, which I think was the next one. This was the one where we stopped on the way. So I think I will do this one together. And then this was the one where we actually did all the playing and we kind of camped out for the day. We made rock towers on top of rocks. And so we had a lot of fun that day. So that will be a separate one. And then this is the ending one where we kind of went, I need to get another photo. I have a photo of them looking at me too, but we used it in a picture frame downstairs. So this one I can't really finish now, but I'm going to put it all together so it's ready. And I'll put a little note on it to say I still need, you know, photo of Alyssa and Nate or what have you. So that will be that. So let me just show you quickly. Let's do this one. So this is what I have right now for photos for the Lower Falls. And this was when we just kind of stopped to check it out before we went back for the day. So those are the photos I have. Again, it's going to work perfectly with the paper that I was using. So this is the well-suited paper. And I do have quite a bit left. I think I want to use this flower paper for the engagement day, I think, because I really like that. It's a little loud, but I think we can make it work. Or the other one I really like is this paisley, but I think I used a lot of that, so I don't have a lot of that left. So let me just see what would be a good pattern to use. I feel like these are really bright, bold colors. So maybe the stripe, and I have some bits and pieces. So let's see what else I have here. Let me just take this out. These are also storage holders that I use for all of my paper packs, so that keeps all my paper together. But so I'm thinking we could use, oh, I like the back of this one too. But we could maybe do, I'm trying to find some, like some of these little pops of orange, since those are all bright and really bold. I think I might use some of the Poppy Parade pieces. I can actually, I'll kind of work that in. That's the back side of the stripe, so I might be able to work that in. Let's see, I do have a small piece of that, which might work. So I'm just kind of putting stuff in there that I think, I'm just putting pieces in there that I think might work with that layout. Do I have 2 of those pieces? I do not. Oh, no. So I only have the 1 of that print left. But I do have some other pieces. So I'm just going to put that stuff in there, and then I'm going to see, maybe, let's look here. Put this here. So we're going to kind of put the photos on here, just so I can get an idea. So I can't do, if I had 2 pieces of this, I'd probably put both pieces in, but because I don't, I'm going to just put the 1. I can cut it in half, and then I think that's going to be too busy. Actually, I wonder if the flower paper might work with this layout, actually, and maybe I'll use that instead. And then, no, I really think I want to use that for the engagement stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe put this one with it. It's got this as a background, so I think those I can make work. And then we'll add in those little bits of color that I had and the little pieces of this, although I think that's kind of too busy. I like the navy with it, and we'll save that. So I think I'm going to put those papers together. Okay, so those are going to be my pictures. These are going to be the pattern papers I have to play with. And then I need some cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and grab, I think probably the basic gray for my cardstock. So I have 2 pieces of that, so that will be my bases. So we'll put that in the middle here of the story planner here. And then I can put the pictures in the front so that those are together. Now I can also grab, I have some denim ribbon if I wanted to put a little bit of this in here. Or I think I might have used, what did I use on the other ones? I don't know if I used any ribbon actually. I think I'm going to use some gray twine. I do kind of like to keep things similar, so let me just do a quick check to see. And I used the black enamel dots, which I don't have any more of, but I do have a list going, so I'm going to add those to my list. It looks like I used some linen thread actually. So let me go ahead and, instead of using this, I'm going to go ahead, I have a little piece here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more. And this, what this is good for is now, without having to grab all my supplies, I can kind of put this in here. So I've got some ribbon. I'll obviously grab the stamp set that I've been using, and let me just do this. This is my little list of things. I need black enamel dots so that I can finish this page, and I would just pop the embellishments either up top or in here with this stuff so that it was all together. And then also up here, if I had any journaling done, I could put some journaling in there that would just kind of go along with what I wanted to talk about, which this page I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. On this one it will just be kind of a title and that kind of thing. So that's the plan with that one. And so I would just kind of set this aside. They do have little labels, so I could go ahead and just cut that one off and put Lower Falls Visit Family Album August 2021. And then I could slip that in there and I would know what that was for, and it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and do another one, which the next one would be, I think we did the engagement one first. So this is just kind of the falls, which I may be able to use these for that filler page I need to do, but we'll see. I also have some spare pictures here, so I might be able to do a page with the spare stuff. So I'm going to put that aside. This was from the engagement. I sent this Snapchat to my sister and my niece and just said, so this just happened. And then my niece was like, I'm sorry, what? Because it was completely out of the blue for all of us. And I sent the ring picture and my niece said, pretty, congratulations. And my sister, little bleep here, she was like, holy shit. So it was just kind of funny. She was kind of surprised too. So this we actually already did, like the rock building, so I'm going to set those aside. This was the ring, so that will be part of the engagement one. And then I have this whole series of the actual engagement part that my soon-to-be stepdaughter did. So I probably, and then I have a bunch of family pictures. So this one, ironically, was just before he proposed. We were up top taking pictures, and he's like, oh, let's go down by the waterfall. I think it would be really pretty to take a picture down there. This was right after. So that is me and Nate, and then his 4 kids. And then we also did, that's just another one of that same picture. And then we also did a big family picture. So I think what I may end up doing is, obviously I'm not going to use all of those pictures, but those are all going to be put together because that's all part of the engagement. And I may actually include this picture in with that just because it was like right before. So I may need to do that. And then I could potentially do this as another page. So I don't remember if in the album the single page, I know the single page was on the right, but I might be able to rearrange that and use this. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these. And I'm going to take these out. I'm going to actually put these together. So I'm going to put this here, so I know. And then I'm going to put these here. And I'll use my little handy dandy Post-it notes to write engagement page 1, and I'll put that with these, and I'll put double page. Okay, and then we'll tuck that in with here, and then engagement page 2, single page. So let me just see if this, whoops, I wonder if this is gonna work, you guys. So this is just kind of the process I go through when I'm trying to plan out, because I don't really like to do like chronological scrapbooking. This is what I have found has been working for me. So it may change next week, I don't know, but this is working right now. So I actually usually would put placeholders here too. So this is the Lower Falls. This is Saturday part 1. Then we have the engagement. Oh, and then it's Lower Falls part 2. So I could maybe just do 1 page for the Lower Falls play day. And then this would be the drinking game, the drinking day, the day drinking day. So yeah, the single page is here with the mini golf, which is further in the trip. So that won't work. So I was kind of seeing if I could put those together, but that won't work. I'm going to have to maybe do a single page. So I need to do this this page first before I do the Lower Falls play day. So complete engagement pages before Lower Falls play day. Okay, so this is just how I make notes to myself so that I don't mess things up, especially with an album that has designated pages that we have to tape down. But you'll notice I'm not taping any of that stuff down now because I want to make sure that I have everything sorted out. So I already said I think I want to use these patterns for the engagement photos. There is kind of a gray pattern in the background, and I might throw in some other grays that I have left just because that's a pretty busy pattern. So I can use just a little bit of these other whites and grays to balance that out. So I think that's what I'm going to use for those. And I'm trying to conserve what I have left for paper because this paper is now sold out. So we're going to put this in here. So that will go with that. And then I also need some background. I think I'm just going to stick with, I could do navy actually for this one, or white. I kind of do like white, but I don't think I have any white in stock right now, actually. So let me go ahead and write basic white, 12 by 12. Okay. And then that would be good to go. I would use the white, I think, as the base for this one. And that would be for the engagement picture and for page 1 and the single page here. So I think I would use the same ones. So that will be that. So I'll probably do that next. And then I also have, so this is the Lower Falls Play Day, which I feel like is going to be a double page spread, but it may not be. And of course I could make it so that it kind of spans over to the next page, but I do try to keep my double page spreads together, just for my own sanity. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these. This will go in here. So we can do Lower Falls Play Day. Okay. I actually could just do picnic because that's really what we did. We picnicked, although I didn't take any pictures of that. We picnicked and then went swimming and whatnot. So let me just pull these out. There's lots of greens in here and browns, so I feel like we could do something that's a little more busy, like maybe this one, and it would still kind of pop off of that. I'll probably need mats as well for this one just to kind of make them stand off a little bit more because that is kind of busy, but I'm going to put these two together. Okay, so we'll use this paper for this one. I am going to probably do navy as the background cardstock if I have it, which I think I do. Let's see. I don't think I have any in here. I might need to buy Regals because I'm not sure that I have it in my... I do have some more stash in the closet, but neutrals 12 by 12 because that's where my navy is. And I'll double check before I order it because I may have some. But that's going to go in here. And then I'm also going to grab some white cardstock because, like I said, I want to mat them. And I think I'm going to mat them with white. I think that will make them pop off. Or I could do black, but I think white is going to be more poppy, I was going to say. Although I could use poppy as well, the Poppy Parade. That would really make them pop too. But that's thick whisper white. I don't want thick. I'll use these, which is the thin, the regular basic white. So I'm just going to grab a couple of those. And I will probably grab some cardstock and throw that in each of these kits too in all of the coordinating colors. But I know I need white for this one. So I'm going to stick that in there. Whoops. And I just threw all of my pictures on the floor. Okay. So we'll do this like that. Okay. Then we can go ahead and do, if I was really preparing, I could do some like die cuts and things like that. I do have a little bit of a stash, so let me just pull that for a minute. Here it is. It's actually under the table. Let me grab that. So I can kind of grab this and maybe take some of these pieces that I have out that I may be able to use that are like the right colors. I have some black squares. I have some title squares. And obviously, if I put them in with this album, I could use them for any of the pages, because that would work. So I can just go ahead and grab these, stick these in here, so that I have that. We could put a little more of the linen thread or the black thread or the white thread. I do have white as well. So I could grab some of this. Since that's all I have left, I'm just going to grab the whole thing, stick that in there. Again, if I had any notes written out or anything that I really wanted to remember about this, I could put that here. A lot of times I would do like just bullet notes of, you know, the date we went, what the official name was, all that kind of stuff. And you could tuck that stuff in the front here, and then you're ready to go when you want to scrap. And if you're here at home scrapbooking, then you can obviously add whatever you need, because you'll have access to all of that. But if I was going to scrap on the road, I would definitely do a list of what inks to bring, the stamps that I used, which was Enjoy the Moment, and then any other cardstock colors. So any of the cardstock colors that are in that pattern paper. So in this case, it would be Pacific Point, Poppy Parade, Basic Black, Basic White, and Basic Gray. And I would put all of those in the little folders too. So then the last page is this one, which is the one when we left. So I need to print this photo, so I would make that note. I'd need to look up what the name of the farm stand is we went to. I wish I had more pictures from that. It's just such a cute little farm stand. I don't even remember the name of it right now, so I have to look up that. And we drove with the kiddos. I think this was actually on the way there, not on the way home, because we drove with the littles on the way to the vacation. I don't think they were with us on the way home. I think they went home with their parents, just figuring they were going to pass out and they could just go home and go right to bed. But I honestly don't remember now. So I'm just going to put it all together as the car ride home. These are all really bright and bold as well. So I probably should use something that's a little less bold, but I don't really have a lot that's less bold. I do have these, so I think these would be good because that's going to make them really pop. And then we can work in maybe some of the checkered stuff here, or I almost feel like this could work. Let's see, what else do I have here? I'm looking for the bigger pieces. I have some grays and paisley. Oh, the paisley has navy, so I think that would be good. I have a bunch of those little pieces. I don't really think that's going to be that handy. I might put these in with that other, just because I have all the paper. So I'm going to put these in here, just to go with this one. Like that. Okay. And then I'm just kind of assigning all of this. This actually is cute, so I might be able to use that. It's the back side of the paper that I picked. So we'll use those little pieces. Maybe put in the paisley. What's on the back of the paisley? Maybe. Oh, so I have that on the back too. And we'll just stick those in there too. This I'm going to throw out. Maybe stick that little. And these are all kind of my scraps that are of a decent size. So I'm going to throw those in there. And that's what I'm going to try and use, because this is all the paper I have left. So it would have been really good if I had done this prior to the paper selling out, right? But I didn't. So we're going to have to make it work, because we want this album to be all on the same paper. So I'm going to do that. I think for this one, I might use the basic gray again for the cardstock. Or maybe I'll use the lighter gray, actually. Even though that's not really a color in that pattern paper. I think smoky slate. Actually, no, that's gray granite. I don't want gray granite. I want smoky slate if I have it. Let's see. Do I have smoky slate? I think that's smoky slate. So I think that might work, just a little bit lighter, and not the white. So I'll put those in here like that. Put these in here, and then I can put some more ribbon in here if I wanted. I do have some somewhere, I think I had. Yeah, I have some navy and I have some gray. Whoops. Which were part of the well suited. So I'm probably just going to take all of this off because I can stick it in here. This is retiring too, and it matches this album, so I'll stick that in there, and then I'll steal some of this, and I'm just putting it in here, but I can use it for the other pages too. That's what's really cool about doing a coordinated album. So I'm using all the same, like I don't always do this, but for this album it was one family trip, so I'm using all coordinated product. So even if I don't use all of this stuff on this particular page, I could use it on another one, right? So again, I'm just kind of pulling anything here that would work for this page. So I've got some navy, I've got some poppy, I've got some labels that might work. I usually like bigger ones for the scrapbooking pages just because it gives you a little more room for titles and whatnot. So there's a bunch of different options for me to use on any of the pages based on what I want to do. So those will go in there like that. And that will be the 4th page. So now I pretty much have everything I need for that album. The only thing left is a potential fill-in page that I might need. So I have a bunch of leftover pictures that were from the trip. Like this one is a cute one. It was missing, I think, his dad, Nate's dad. So that's why we took the selfie one, and the selfie one made it in. And then I have all of these water pictures. So I have a cute one of the harbor, one of Dylan and Weston, so these are probably some good fill-in ones. So what I'll do is I'll probably, because I don't really know what I need at this point to do a filler page, but I'll just stick this in one more packet, which this one only has 4 packs in it. I have another package of it, but I would stick that in with another pocket protector with some more cardstock, because I don't have any more pattern paper, but I'm sure I'll have leftovers from the pages that I do, so I can kind of put together a little like filler page if I needed to. But that means now my whole album is already planned out. I would just need to grab, so I would put on here just a little bullet list. If I was scrapping somewhere other than my house, I would put enjoy the moment stamp set, memento, poppy, navy, basic gray, and Pacific Point inks. And then I would probably bring my playful alphabet dies, which are no longer available, but I still use them all the time, and large letter dies. Whenever we have like letter or number dies, I always keep them even though they retire, because I use them all the time. So then I would kind of use this as a little packing slip, so that all I'd have to do is grab these little pockets, plus my album, my adhesive, and the little, I need one more of these for the filler stuff, and then I would have everything I need to finish that album, and that was all I'd have to bring, so it would make it a whole lot less bulky to travel with. So I hope those tips helped you in planning. Oh, and I would probably put in my little list of the order. I actually went through my photos on my phone, and I put when we went to each one of these things so that I could have everything in proper order, so that I didn't have to look it up every time. So I would stick that in with there too, just so that I have that, and any other notes that I would need, those would go in those top sections. So hopefully that helped you if you're planning any scrapbook albums. You can do that for just single pages too, if you were just doing a single page and not necessarily a whole album. Like this one is an apple picking day, so it probably won't be a whole album. It'll probably be maybe a couple double page spreads. So I might use different pattern paper, but I could, kind of set them up for each page that I wanted to do, so that these aren't just sitting in a box, they're actually in process to get scrapbooked. And then once I'm done with that, I actually will get rid of photos that are like something that I like. So say I don't use Let me just look at this. I know there was a photo in here that I was like, I may not use that. But I put it in there just in case. Like I may not use something like this, and I may not use, like this is pretty generic photo. It could be a picture of anything. So if it doesn't go onto this layout, I'm most likely going to throw this out. However, if for some reason this picture didn't make it to the layout, I would probably put it in with photos of Alyssa. So right now it's stored with photos of this trip or this day, but I won't use all of these pictures for this one, you know, or two layouts. So whatever's left over, like this might go in a Jen and Nate file, you know what I mean? So I might use it in a different capacity, but I would move it to a different part of my system. So that's kind of how I work with the photos. They go into the event or the holiday, and then if I don't use them for that, then they go to a generic person kind of file. So hopefully you got some tips for how to kind of organize your scrapbook pages and get yourself ahead so that you're ready to scrapbook at a moment's notice. Now I can take one of those and just go in 15 minutes and probably create a page, which is really kind of cool. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions or any ways that you want to share that you prep and plan, because I'm pretty new at prepping and planning, I would love to hear it. So go ahead and comment below. And I will be back again hopefully on Tuesday next week, because I've been slacking a little bit in that, and but I will definitely be back next week for another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great